This right here just might be the last budget smartphone that Honor will be releasing to the Philippines in 2024. As you can see, this is the Honor X7c. Let's go and check out the system information. It runs on Android 14 out of the box with 8 gigs of memory, 256 gigs of storage. Now, if you check the hardware information, it uses LPDDR4X memory modules as well as UFS for its storage. Looking at the display, we're getting a 720p panel, which is slightly disappointing, but for gaming, this means better frame rates because there are less pixels that the system needs to render. Now, if you look at the refresh rate, it goes all the way to 120 Hz. And the other interesting thing about the X7c is that it comes with 6,000 milliamp hours of battery, just like its predecessor, which is great for those long-running gaming sessions. So, let me just show you the gaming features on the phone, which is built in to Magic OS 8. Go to apps, then go to game manager. And from here, you can manually add or remove the games that were not automatically detected by the system. And you can also adjust the settings for the game service panel, which we can access the moment we jump into a game, which is what we're going to be doing right now. And you can see the pop-up. You can swipe from the left. And you have these options that allow you to enhance your gaming experience. Now, if you look over at the left edge, there are icons that allow you to run and access some of your favorite applications in a mini window. So let's say you want to watch a walkthrough or stream some videos while you're gaming. That's exactly what you can do. Okay, so let's go ahead to the graphics options and bring it all the way to the highest that the system will let us. And although the frame rates aren't exactly super smooth, it is playable on the highest graphic settings. Mind you, this is the Snapdragon 685 platform, which is in a way like the mid-range standard for 2024. Very budget-friendly chipset, but at the same time, very, very capable processor. Now we're gonna lower the graphics and bring it to medium, but we're gonna keep the frame rate on 60 just in case it can go all the way there. Not a big improvement, but it is smoother than what we were seeing with the graphics all the way to max. Now we're gonna try to lower it even further. Let's go for low for now. Okay, so at low graphics, the game runs pretty well, and this is how I keep it, so at least we have some room to breathe for those intense moments when you get into a battle, like right now. And that's about it. Okay, our next game is PUBG Mobile. Let's quickly review the graphics. The system limits graphics at high. We can't select any of the higher options. Frame rate is limited to high as well. Now for controls, let's double check the gyroscope. Gyroscope is available. Looking at the response time of the gyroscope, I'd say it is quite responsive. So the game feels smooth despite the fact that we're limited in terms of frame rate and graphics capabilities. Hopefully, Honor will find a way to unlock the higher graphic settings in a future update. Okay, our third game is Mobile Legends. Graphics all the way to ultra, frame rate all the way to high. Let's go. Performance of the Honor X7c in Mobile Legends, pretty good. Okay, quick little side note, I just discovered that this phone comes with dual stereo speakers. So aside from the bottom firing loudspeakers to its right edge, we also get a usable top firing speaker. So that's the reason why the phone actually can get pretty loud, and I had to reduce the volume down to somewhere around 50%, which is a comfortable level for you to play with. So I just wanted to test the multitasking capabilities of the Honor X7c. Right now you can see that I have Genshin Impact running on the background in a mini window while I'm playing Mobile Legends. In the foreground, there is a performance hit for sure, but it's not that bad. Now, granted, Mobile Legends and Genshin Impact are probably not the best examples since you have to actively play both games at the same time. This is probably better suited to action RPGs with auto farming features or auto clickers, things that you can play passively without requiring too much input from you, the gamer. But as you can see, it is playable, and I can increase or decrease the size of that mini window, and the Snapdragon 685 actually holds up, which is impressive for a mid-range chipset. Okay, I'm gonna kill Genshin Impact. Let's see. Oh wow, immediately we see a noticeable difference in the frame rate. It just became super smooth, all the lag went away. But if you really must play two games at once, then the X7c works. It just works, guys. Alright, we have CarX Street Racing, and as you can see, I've already pushed the graphics sliders all the way to the right, but it feels a little sluggish. Even the game manager panel takes some time to show itself. Let me just clean up the memory just to make sure that we're not sharing resources with anything else. But it's just super slow. So I guess this is where Snapdragon 685 shows its limits. We're gonna bring graphics all the way down. We're gonna turn smoke intensity off, motion blur off as well. Let's see how much of an improvement that makes. Okay, much better now. Of course, it doesn't look as good. It's also still sluggish. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Snapdragon 685 is really struggling with this game. I give up. CarX Street, literally unplayable on the Honor X7c. So I'm scanning the display panel, and I think the highest that we're registering is 40 degrees, right around here. The rear panel is cooler at around 38.4 degrees Celsius. From here, you can appreciate the design and the surface texture of that rear panel. This reminds me of the Honor X8B. It also had that green vegan leather back. I'm not exactly sure if they use any additional materials, if this is vegan leather or something else, but it is rather pleasing to hold, and I would love to see more phones come out with this kind of finish. So just a few benchmarks before we end this video. In Passmark, we scored 8,500 points, and look at the read and write speeds, very decent. In Antutu, we scored 341,000 points, and in PCMark, we managed to score 8,804 points. This is not super high. It is just right in the lower mid-range average for 2024. However, if you look at the battery life benchmark results, guys, wow. We consistently scored above 20 hours in our battery life benchmarks. In this first test, we had the screen on auto brightness mode, and in the second test, we had it in our standard 200 CDM brightness level, and that is where additional 1000 milliamp hour battery capacity of the Honor X7c really comes into play. This right here is the thermal throttling test results, and if you look at this part of the graph, it appears that the first 100 or so seconds have been unstable and performance dropped down to 69%, which is not too nice. Let's move on to the next screen. Again, roughly the same interpretation, throttling of 31% with a big increase in total temperature by 39 degrees Celsius. Of course, the maximum or the highest temperature is at 78 degrees Celsius. I guess it's alright for gaming, could be better. We don't have the prices yet, but the predecessor, Honor X7B, retailed for around 8,999 pesos. So we expect this to fall roughly around the same price range, 8,000 to 10,000 peso, lower mid-range category. Do you guys have any questions? Why don't you drop them in the comment section? We'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. For more on the Honor X7C, head over to Tech Kuya on YouTube, and we'll see you guys there.